Hello, Joanna here. This video is called Religious Correctness, Part 2, Enabling. Today I'm going to talk to you about enabling, which goes right along with people-pleasing. If we are people-pleasers, there is a good chance that we will enable others. If someone is doing something that you feel is dangerous or unacceptable, you often cannot make them stop. We cannot change people or control them. Oftentimes, not even our children. We can be a good example, we can pray with the person, we can explain why we think the behavior should change. We can tell them how we feel about it. But ultimately, other people have a will of their own. If you determine in your mind that certain behavior is totally unacceptable for you, not for your neighbor or your mother or your father or whoever, just you, and this requires a thorough examination of your motives and feelings, then you have accomplished the first step toward not being an enabler. However, just knowing that you are enabling is way different than actually stopping yourself from being one. Stopping yourself requires lots of soul searching, some imagination, willingness to change yourself, giving up your fear of rejection and being alone, and a purposing in your heart to never threaten unless you are going to follow through. I had my ex-husband arrested for assault. I had to get counsel, plan my actions, talk to my Al-anon sponsor, and set my heart in prayers on following through with the consequences when the time came. And I knew it would come. Even the police told me not to bother pressing charges, that when they let him out, he would just do it again. I became a broken record to the officer. I said over and over again, get the camera, get the paperwork, tell me where to go to the doctor. Get the camera, get the paperwork, tell me where to go to the doctor. He finally did what I asked. Afterward, when my husband was let out of jail, for 3 months he kept me up until 3 o'clock in the morning trying to get me to drop the charges. He got 1 year's probation and a $300 fine, but he never did it again. I know now that I saved not only my life and the lives of my children, but his. You know how many so-called Christians have told me that they could never have their husband arrested, or that that would not be Christ-like? What do we end up with? Abuse that is passed on from generation to generation. Children that become doormats and scapegoats because women and men accept unacceptable behavior. Or, and this is a big or, that divorce is their only boundary. There are so many little boundaries that you can set and hold, like not calling his boss when he's hungover, never bailing him out of jail, separating the bank accounts, not letting the kids in the car with him if he's been drinking, and not paying the bills for him. Go for a walk when he wants you to wait on him. Use your imagination. Again, this is heavy stuff. We'll talk again soon. Love forever, Joanna.